Good morning news. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tell because Robbie has died. Uh, One thing I know is he was on the methadone program. Okay, so like in the 90s, now he's older than me, okay? He was hanging out with my sister, who's also older than me, and Steve and the drug dealing and the drugs and the rich and famous. He's the one that got the tickets and backstage passes to Kurt Cobain's Nirvana. When my dad said I couldn't go, my dad told Jen and Steve no. I was too little. I'm not allowed to go. They took Robert instead. So I know he was hanging out with those people and he had a drug problem in the 90s. When I was walking to work when I was 17, I had a job on Capitol Hill on Broadway at World Wraps, and I was opening the restaurant that morning. So I was walking early and he was leaving Broadway like all high and disoriented and stuff. And that was in like 1999. And then I didn't see him again. That was the last time I saw him until like a few years ago or something. I saw him twice, and he seemed like he was all the way like better. At least I thought so. But he was on the methadone program, you know. Um, and he, as a result of that, he had to go stand in line every day to get the methadone at like first thing in the morning, which is still drug behavior because you're like getting your wake up. It's the first thing you have to go do. And it's like a big to do, even still, for some reason. And then most of those people still do drugs. Like they still inject heroin, even because you can do that with methadone. You can't do that with Suboxone, really. Well, you can after a day or two of getting the Suboxone out of your system. But with methadone, you can drink methadone and then immediately shoot heroin to have like a double up. And so he's like standing in line still for all these decades with people like on the methadone, I guess. So anyway, internal bleeding. I'm just trying to figure out the really bad drugs. How does that cause internal bleeding? He told me he only ate stuff that was packaged, right? Or that his friend bought him because of people poisoning him before or something a long time ago. Some like girlfriend or something. I don't know. So, and we know Steve Crandall was in jail with him as the trustee when Robert was forgered his, experted his way out of there, was on Washington Most Wanted. I don't know. I'm just trying to think. Did someone poison his methadone?